We have a new room. I took some time and rearranged my office slash guest room, and this is what I came up with, and I'm absolutely loving it because it's a lot more spacious. I don't feel so claustrophobic in here, so hopefully this works well for filming. I cannot believe that we are already on April 12th. Like, I feel like it was just the first, yesterday. This month is flying by. We have been so busy. Soccer just picked back up. We have all kinds of sports and recitals and everything else going on. So I just feel like it has been like a jam-packed month already, which also limits how much I can read. I feel like I have been reading so slow this month simply because by the end of the day, I'm so exhausted. I read a chapter and then I go to bed. So I have not been reading very fast this month, but that's okay. I'm slowly enjoying my book, which is A House of Sky and Breath, which is the second book to the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas, because I forever thought it was Sarah J. Maas. I Googled it. Google pronounced it as Moss, but I just heard, I watched a video with Katherine Heigl talking about how much she loved the series, A Court of Thorns and Roses, and she pronounced it Mass. And I've heard other people pronounce it Mass. So now I'm highly confused. Is it Sarah J. Maas or Sarah J. Mass? I have no idea how you pronounce it. If you would let me know in the comments below, give me your vote. Don't spell it the M-A-A-S because I won't know which one you picked. Instead, spell it if it's Moss, spell it with an O. If it's Mass, spell it with an A and two S's. So I know, because I am lost. And I don't want to be pronouncing her name wrong because I absolutely love her as an author. Anyways, the book that I am currently reading is A House of Sky and Breath, which is the sequel to the first book that I just finished in March, and I'm loving it so far. This book was a lot easier to just dive right into. It's going smoothly. There has been a few new character introductions in the book. There is also this energy that's leading up to a big mystery of action and problem solving, and I'm really excited for that. I can feel the slow burn of it all coming up. It's getting there, and I'm excited for it. So this book follows our two favorite characters, which is Hunt and Bryce. And this is following everything that happened in the first book. They are still living together. We still have her brother in the mix. And then, like I said, there's a few other new characters who are being slowly introduced in this book. Now, I feel like this book is going to be my favorite out of the series. I know there's only 2 books so far, but I just feel like it's going to be so action-packed, and I feel like I'm gonna absolutely love it. So instead of doing the murder investigation that we had in the first book, this one is kind of a missing person investigation, and should we get involved, and this could lead to war, or we could be considered rebels. And I am loving every little minute of it. Every chapter I read, I'm like, so good. I just love her book. She seriously knows what she is doing writing fantasy. So if you love fantasy, definitely check out her books. They're amazing. I'm a little bit scared for the ending of this book because I have been told that it ends kind of with a cliffhanger, and we don't get the 3rd book until next year. So, but as fast as April is flying by, January 2024 is going to be here like that. All right, so the next book that I am hoping to read, I'm not sure if I'm going to read these in order or if I'll switch them up, but these are kind of my next to be read books. One of them I just bought the other day, which I'm really excited for. But the first book that I have that I am considering reading next is A Walking Disaster by Jamie McGuire. I read her first book. This is the second book to it. I read A Beautiful Disaster, absolutely loved it. Had to order the second book to go with it, which is A Walking Disaster. This one kind of follows Travis's point of view from the book. You have Travis Maddox and Abby Abernathy. It is their love story that you are reading about. And I think this one, it all comes from Travis's point of view, if I can remember right. So I'm excited to see kind of how he is viewing things instead of the way that Abby was viewing things. If you haven't read the first book, it is about two people who kind of come together based on a bet, basically. And they start off as friends, but then they become more than friends, but they have a very toxic relationship. I ate up this book. I absolutely loved it. I read it. I started it like Wednesday night. By Saturday morning, I was done and ready for the second book. There is a movie coming out. The movie is being released this week in theaters. I think it's only in theaters for 2 days. So if it is in a theater near you, go watch it. It looks so good. I unfortunately will not get to go see it in theaters. My theater is just not getting that movie in. So I will have to wait until it comes out on digital copy or where I can get it on like Amazon Prime or something. So I'll be excited for that. So I'm hoping to read this book before I watch the movie. Now that leads me into my next book, which is the third book to the series, which is A Beautiful Wedding by Jamie McGuire. And this one I'm sure just kind of follows more of their relationship. So I'll be excited for that one. Another book that I picked up was Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. It has been a while. It's been a minute since I've read a Colleen Hoover book, and I am really excited to read her book. This one follows a mother and daughter. It kind of sounds like they're kind of like not seeing eye to eye. Sounds like they both have two very different personalities and they kind of butt heads all the time. So I feel like this is going to be a book based on building their relationship, hopefully. But I do feel like this one is going to be a really good book. The latest book that I just picked up at Target, and I have seen it all over the internet, is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. This one follows Anastasia Allen, who is into the competitive figure skating, and then the captain of the hockey team, Nate Hawkins. It sounds like they end up like having to share an ice skating rink, and they might butt heads at first and maybe be a little bit of enemies at first and maybe then fall in love. This is just me guessing. I haven't read any spoilers. I haven't read anything about it. I've just seen a lot of people rave about this book, so I'm excited to read it. And I think this is like my first sports romance book, so I'll be excited to see if I enjoy that. So that is it. That is my to be read April goals. I'm hoping that I can get pretty far on this. We'll see. As busy as this month is, I don't know. I might only get one book read this month, but this is my hope, is to read all of these. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button with the little bell so you get notified when I post my next video. Thanks for watching.